Welcome to the craft room today. I'm so excited to have you here with me today. I am going to be showing you how I'm making this Mother's Day sign. And for those of you who have been following along, I did a little contest and had people give me names of those who I could make a sample for. So this, my friends, is our winner. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together and show you what I'm going to do with that. So the names on it are Mom, Owen, Rhett, Libby, Emmett, and Seth. We're so excited to make this for you. I'm only going to do 3 colors today, which is so easy, and we're going to do kind of a stained look technique. I'm going to use Deco Art Raw Sienna and Deco Art Burnt Umber and Deco Art Buttermilk for this today. So we're going to do what's called the baby wipe technique and just follow along. If you are interested in getting one of these for Mother's Day, just comment below and I will send you a link where you can order one of these. So I'm going to start with the top, and it's going to be the raw sienna. I'm going to just pour a little bit onto my piece of tinfoil over here. And then I'm going to get a baby wipe and I'm going to dip it into the paint. So I have a little bit on there. And then we're just going to lightly spread this on here. And then it gives it a look of stain without the stain mess and smell. And it makes painting really quick and easy. So I'm going to just dip a little bit more and cover this up and kind of pat it on. These letters are very fragile, so I got to be really extra careful with them today. But we'll just kind of pat it, rub it a little bit, just taking care not to break them. I think once it's glued down, it won't be such a big deal with it being so fragile. But in the meantime, I just got to take my time and be careful with it. I just cut this out of some MDF board. It's 1/8 of an inch, and we will just faux stain it so it looks more like some maple or some regular wood. Just going to touch up a little bit here and there. I'm going to set this aside and we will go with the next color. Okay, this top piece I'm going to do just the buttermilk color. It's very creamy and pretty. Just a light color. I'm going to get a clean baby wipe and we're going to do the same technique. Just wipe it on and keep it moving. Dab a little bit more. I love painting this way because it's so easy, quick and easy. And you can put as much or as little paint as you want. This will give it kind of that whitewashed look, and that is what I'm going for today. I have lots of super cute ideas for Mother's Day. So if you are in need of some Mother's Day gifts, hang on because there's lots of cute stuff. And for those of you who don't know, I have been doing a monthly kit. This month, we are going to be doing, it's a cute burn door. Each month, there's a new kit that goes along with it. And it's a decoration, just to put on your shelf or on your table. It is so cute. You first make the little barn door, and then each month there's an additional little decoration that you can decorate it with. The one for this month is lavender, which is super cute. And then the one for next month, oh my goodness, it's turning out darling. I'm going to keep it a surprise, but you'll want to look into our kits that we do. Now this color, obviously it's got more area to cover, so you're going to want a little bit more paint than that first layer we did. I'm trying to keep it all going the same direction, kind of like it's got wood grain, so it's all going this direction. So keep that in mind as you're making this. That's just kind of a nice little whitewash look. So let's put these two together and you can kind of see how it's coming together. Love it. Okay, we're going to set both of these aside and we will do the final bottom piece, and that's going to be in the burnt umber color. The burnt umber is kind of a darker color, and I'm going to put the mom on that darker color. If you wanted to, it would be super cute to make this sign maybe a little bit smaller, and then you could put craft paper, scrapbook paper underneath, and just cover this with scrapbook paper, and that would be really fun. Or you could just paint it like I'm doing, and you can just choose whatever color mom likes. So I made this 15 inches, which obviously is a little bigger than the 12 by 12 paper, and I don't have any of the 12 by 24. If you have the 12 by 24, then that would work great. And you could just cut out a piece and glue it on here. And then after it dries, I've heard different ways that you can do Mod Podge. We're going to have to do a Mod Podge video. But one way is to let it dry and then put your paper on, and then you iron it on, like on a low temp setting, and then that's supposed to set it. I haven't tried that yet, but I was very intrigued. So if any of you've tried that, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your experiences with that, how it turned out for you. Okay, we're going to do this burnt umber. I'm going to use maybe a quarter size amount. Okay, a little bit of brown paint. You don't have to go all the way to the edges on this one if you don't want to, because it'll be covered by this. So really, you've got a good ½ inch on the sides, so you don't have to go all the way to the edge if you don't want to. What do you think of this stained look? It's kind of cool, huh? It doesn't stink up your house, which is great. You could also use some dark wax, and I thought about doing that as well, but I thought I'd show you how to do this with paint. I would like to give you guys tips and tricks that you can try and make your crafting life a little bit easier. Hey, do you like that? Very simple, but really pretty. Okay, we're going to layer this and see what it looks like. Got our dark color. That makes mom just pop right out. And then we will put the kids' names on there. Love that. I love that. I did get a little bit wild and crazy on the white, so that's kind of showing up. You can always take a marker and cover your edges, just like a sharpening marker or a paint pen if you would like to do that. All right. Or you can even sand it off. I'm trying to decide if that's got enough contrast with these colors or not. Something else that's really handy is these sanders. I've got one that's a very fine and one that's more coarse. And I'm going to just clean this up a little bit along the edges. I don't know if any of you have a laser, and if you would be interested, but I've been kind of tossing around the idea of making cut files, that you could just purchase cut files and do your own projects at home. If you are interested in that, will you please let me know below, because I could definitely go down that road and come up with some fun stuff for you ladies to make. I am thinking that these colors are almost too similar. I wanted the mom to stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to go in here and I have this dark paste wax. Let's see if we can't get this to look a little better. I have just a simple stencil brush. I'm going to wipe that on. I picked up this thing of wax just on Amazon, so I can link that below for you. Yeah, I think I'll like that a little better. Just make it a little darker. So with sealing wax, you can put it on, let it sit for a bit, and wipe it off, or put it on, wipe it off right away. I'm kind of going to let mine sit, I think, because I want that darker color. But I think I'm going to like that a lot better. I'm just scrubbing it in there real good. Oh yeah, that's more like what I'm going for. Now I'm just going to glue this together. Okay, I'm going to start with the top piece and flip it over. And then we're going to add some glue to the back. I use Titebond Ultimate Wood Glue. This has such a big tip on it that I like to put it in these little bottles. Okay, so I just pulled off the top of this. If you want to refill your bottles, you're welcome to, okay? And then I'm just gonna drip this in here. Pour a little bit in here until it gets to the top. Might need to pat it down a little bit. And I bought this in a gallon size, and then I put it in this smaller size bottle, in this bottle, and then I take that bottle and put it into these little guy bottles. So it is a little bit much probably, but that's how I've been doing it. So Titebond is not the cheapest glue. I think it's about 35, 40 bucks for the gallon, but it goes a long way and it does a good job. So I'm just gonna lightly go over these names. Oops, I see a piece that needs to come out. Pull that off. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of dab it on here. I'm going to do the names first, and then we will go around the edge. So on the parts of the names that are a little bit thicker, that's an easier place to put the glue, you know, a little bit thicker. And if you wanted to use a brush to kind of brush it around, you can. I'm not going to go to the trouble. Or you could even use your finger and just kind of smooth it out a little bit if you want to. I have to kind of work quickly. This stuff has a little bit of drying time, but with all these little letters, I'm trying to work a little bit quicker. Okay, and then I'm just going to go around the edges with this thin bead of glue. It doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, I had to make a little more room on my computer. So you missed me gluing this on here. But I just put it on, and then I like to run my fingers along the edges, square it up real well against my table, and make sure that everything lines up perfectly, okay? And then we're going to take this. This has been sitting here for a while. So I'm going to take this and we're going to put glue on the back of this, and we will do the same steps gluing it onto the backer. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my bigger bottle for this, and we'll just get this glued on here real quick. I'm using this bottle here for this piece because there's so much more room to put glue on, and so having that bit of a extra glue will be good. I'm not going too crazy with it, but you know, just get some glue on there. If you get any seepage, you can always take an old paintbrush and wipe that extra seepage of glue. Wipe that off. Okay, I'm just kind of smoothing it out a little bit with the nozzle since it's got that little flat nozzle. And I want to get a decent amount on here, especially on these little points and things. We don't want this to fall off. And this piece isn't hard to stick on here because it's just a simple rectangle. So we're gonna eyeball it on there and then just fill around, make sure that everything lines up perfectly. Push it on. You'll notice I have that white from that white layer. I'm gonna show you a trick on how to get rid of that. Okay, I'm kind of got a little bit of glue seeping through. Just wiping it off with my fingers. Make sure everything looks the way you want it. Push it down nice. Wipe off some more glue. See how that's coming through? I'm just gonna take an old junky paintbrush, okay? Put a little water on it, and then we're going to just wipe up this glue and get a paper towel. I'm gonna clean that off and go again. Just wipe it off. Smooth it out. This glue doesn't necessarily dry clear, so I just want to clean it up so it looks nice. Okay, wash that off. Make sure I don't have any other goobers. Okay, that looks good. I'm excited, I hope. Our winner is excited. Oh my goodness, comment below if you're the winner, if you want to. Thanks so much for giving me your names, you guys. I will have a link below if you are interested in picking one of these up. I will do another sample. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Just doing little samples, right? And giving them away to you guys because you guys are so supportive and so awesome. So watch for those videos and watch for those little call outs of, hey, come and give me an idea or come and do something, right? And have an opportunity to get something for free or for a discount. So, okay, so I've got this white going on right here. I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to dip it in some water. And then I'm going to rub it along the edge of this. And that paint, it's been on there for a little bit, so it might take some scrubbing. But it comes off. You see how it's coming off? It's so cool. Scrub, scrub, scrub. So that is one way you can do it. Or you can take your sanding blocks and you can sand it off. This is a little bit of an elbow grease kind of thing. But it is kind of cool that you can do that with the paint. It just comes off. Now, something to keep in mind when you finish these, to get some sealer. I like to get the matte sealer, and you can seal these. Take it outside and spray it. Don't do it in the house, it's stinky. It's just Rust-Oleum, 2 times ultra coverage it says, and it's matte clear. And so I'm gonna take this and I will go outside and seal this up so that that paint won't get scratched and it'll stay on there. I hope you can tell that that came off pretty good. I do have a little bit of the brown paint on here I'm trying to get off, but if it doesn't come off, it's gonna be okay because it's brown. Doesn't stand out quite as much as that white did. All right, let's see if I can show you. It's looking a lot better. So that's a tip that you can do. And that is our project for today. What do you guys think? It's a great Mother's Day gift. The cool thing is this thing is all custom. We can do a last name instead of like mom and then put the names of the people. Or a fun one would be to do the year that you were married and then do your names. It would be a fun wedding gift, right? We could even do a date for the little part and then the last name, or, stuff like that. So kind of be thinking about that, of things that you can do to customize this for yourself. Something else you can do, like pets. You could do like grandma or whatever name, grandpa, and then do pet names, or you could do yourself and your pets. Hey, you could be the cat lady. I don't know. And you could honor your cute pets. And that's a fun thing to do with this. So there's a lot of cute ideas that you can do, and we can customize it for you. So I'm trying to find some fun custom things that we can do that can make it more personal for you. So if you see anything that you'd like me to do, or if you are like, oh my goodness, I would love XYZ, let me know and I will do my best to get those ready so that you can do them. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am so grateful for you all and for entering my contest. And I hope you guys have a great day and make the best of it. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.